I'd like to call this regular city council meeting of August 25th, 2014 to order. And please start off with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh, I can't get up.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I got bugged. Yeah, I'm boxed in. Oh, I don't have that. Do you have the pen?
Okay, approval of the minutes, or a roll call shows that all are present, and approval of the minutes.
Move the minutes.
Second.
For discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Approval of the agenda, any additions or deletions?
Just one correction, the chief of police would like to have the road closure considered for Pumpkin Fest Parade closed, considered before the Pumpkin Fest Run.
Switch 2 and 3 around?
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, when did you want to do a closed session?
That was up to you. We can do that tonight, or we can wait until,
I would like to add a closed session to discuss a new lawsuit filed against the city. So it would be under the pending litigation exception to the Open Meetings Act. Just to bring you up to speed so you know what's going on.
There goes that record.
Yeah, we're going to do that after council comments, actually.
I'll move the agenda as amended.
I'll support.
For discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, public comment. At this time, if anybody wishes to speak on any item not listed on the agenda, may do so.
That's 2 weeks ago.
Okay, not seeing any. We can move on to old business. We don't have any. New business. Consider approval of the purchase of a 4x4 pickup truck by the Water Department. Bob?
Thank you, sir. I'd like at this time for the council to consider approval of the purchase of a new 4x4 pickup truck. It's time to replenish our water department fleet. The last truck that we purchased as a department was in 2000-2009 fiscal year. And this truck would replace a 2002 small Dakota Dodge pickup truck. And if you looked at some of the pictures there, it's seen its best days. And in fact, it's in very rough shape. And in fact, the DPW has been using it lately just to haul brush and stuff like that. But at times, I've been accused from a few of my guys that it's almost embarrassment to be on the road.
It's unattractive enough, it should just be held at the yard.
Right, but the fact is, it still works, even though the transmission is slipping and the body's in rough shape. This truck will be used for a wide range of duties, not only for service within the department, pulling generators. It's prepared to plow snow if need be, although I do have 3 trucks with blades now, but it would be there if we need it. It's always there to be shared in either department, and we just didn't go out and request the truck. I had the city mechanic write up specs, and we put the bid out for those specs with a certain gear ratio that works in a smaller town and not at high speeds and stuff like that. So I did receive 3 bids, and the lowest bid is through Varsity Ford for the price of $24,353. And in fact, when you do the budget back in December or January, I put in $16,500 in each water and wastewater to be split, so we had a total of $33,000 to work with. So I'm not going to spend that whole amount that was budgeted for, but if we could secure this truck at this time, it would be a big help to the department.
I have a question on your spray liner. Is that really better than the vinyl ones that you can put in?
It really is, Ted, and I wasn't a believer in it either. I like the vinyl myself, but the guys have guys that know a whole lot more about trucks than me say it's the way to go now, and they're very, very pleased with that.
Okay.
Well, moisture can't get captured between the two membranes.
That's
so.
one of the things they speak of, yeah.
Can you respray them if they need to?
Yeah. But this is baked on. I mean, this stuff is heavy duty.
Well, I move we approve the purchase of an F1, or F-250, excuse me, from Varsity Ford for the price of $24,353.
I'll second.
Further discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You have a truck coming.
Thank you, and if, I know it sounds like I'm gonna be coming back a lot here, but it's early in the budget year. Now's the time to strike, so don't see me, if not at the next meeting, the meeting after, and I'm gonna be requesting a truck for the DPW. In fact, maybe two, which have been budgeted for, so, thank
Well,
you.
seeing what we have driving around town, I think it's time.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we can move on to consider the approval of road closures for the 2014 Pumpkin Fest Parade for September 27, 2014.
Mr. Mayor, Mr. Wypert is here, but before he makes his comments, I might point out to council, in addition to the road closure document that would be going to the county to close our portion of Pontiac Trail, that it's also necessary to close West Liberty between Lafayette and Warren, and to close South Warren between West Liberty and Bartlett School. So there's a difference technically between the city streets and the county streets.
Right.
Only the county road needs to go to the road commission for their permit.
Good evening, Phil Wypert, 135 North Warren. I'm here to ask for council approval for the road closure for the Pumpkin Fest Parade. I'm the lucky person who gets to get all the applications faxed and emailed and dropped off at my office and do the setup at the Lion Trail subdivision. So Lion Trail's on board, the Church of Christ is on board for setup, or drop off, and we're asking for approval to close the road for the parade. We've got the insurance, Lion Town, I'm going to Lion Township on the day after Labor Day. That's on their agenda for approval too. So, the Church of Christ has approved it, the Lion Trail's approved it, we've given everybody their insurance with additional insurance.
Somebody want to
Yeah,
give approval?
I'll make the motion that we approve the road closures for the 2004 Pumpkin Fest Parade on Saturday, September 27th, 2014.
Second.
Further discussion? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
It'll be 30th annual, it should be a fun parade, hopefully the weather will be good, and it should be a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thanks, Phil.
Moving on to consider approval of road closure for the 2014 Pumpkin Fest Run. And we'll throw that to the
Do you
chief
want
again.
something for ours?
For what?
Did you want anything in addition for our streets?
Well, in the motion to approve Mr. Wypert's request should have included the streets that I outlined.
That's kind of what I thought we were doing.
Right.
September 27th, again, same day, and they do the Pumpkin Fest Run.
Coach Smith was invited, but I don't see him here. The run is very similar to previous years. Council already approved the necessary closure, which for the run only includes Pontiac Trail. Then they split off and go through subdivisions and the rail trail. So council simply needs to say yes or no to the event itself.
Well, I'll make
Say
the,
yes. I make a motion that we approve the Pumpkin Fest Run for 2014.
second.
Okay. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? All right. Managers report?
Just a couple of things. You'll notice in your packet, you received a copy of the letter that Plant Moran received stating that they got a pass rating in their peer review for their auditing services. That's a very good thing for us. That means that based on national standards, their peers believe that they are doing a good job for all of their communities. So I wanted to pass that on to you. We have started getting information on our employee benefit renewals, so I will be going over that with our broker as well as potentially some other organizations to make sure that we get the best benefits at the lowest cost for the city. And lastly, this goes out to the council. I have put together a challenge for each of the city departments, and they have to do it on their own, to develop a scarecrow for the Scarecrow Contest at Pumpkin Fest. The winner of the challenge gets a pizza party that I will be paying for, and so I am challenging the council to see if they want to put a scarecrow in and be part of the contest as well.
We just strap Harvey to a pole.
And I do have an independent.
Yeah.
I do have an independent judge that has agreed to judge them separately than the rest of the scarecrows, so that we have someone to make the decision on which department is the winner. So I will let
Well,
you
we
guys.
might not win, but I'd be happy to join in on getting a scarecrow together. I think that's a great idea, but I don't think we should approve overtime in our departments.
No, it does not include overtime. But they do have to match the theme, so it can't just be a scarecrow. It has to go with the theme, which is the 80s. So, that's-
18.
I'll roll on. 1980s, I believe. But that's up to the council. I thought I'd let you guys know.
Kids were around in the 80s.
Oh, I know, I mean, I don't remember what the 80s.
Oh, I do.
Do you?
Oh, yeah.
Beyond that, I don't have anything else to
Flock
report.
of seagulls.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, Hawks compare.
Glenn?
Like Warners.
Okay, I had a couple of things. First, I'd like to officially thank Mr. Gene Carroll for him allowing us and our fire department to perform some training exercises on the house that was behind the building that ultimately is the bakery and will be the Three Monks Brewery and the carpeting store there. That was a very generous offer he made, and I happened to just stumble into the area as they were doing some of the exercises and realized just how valuable it was in that we have a great deal of old homes in the area. So the idea of being able to understand construction where there's lay-on roofs and things that aren't typical in today's houses quite as much and framed differently, that it was invaluable for them to understand that, you know, getting access into a house is, in the older genre would be more difficult. There is I was wondering whether or not your meeting had taken place with WOW.
Have not had the meeting yet. I'm still trying to get it set up.
Okay. I hope that's not going to end up getting dragged out too terribly long. There was a little note in here regarding Brico and the fact that they're being charged against the repair of 2 services for residential locations. Much on that same vein, I had mentioned there's a sprinkler system over here on Warren and 10 Mile that had gotten fouled up when the RCOC's road construction project and ours on 10 Mile had started. So here we are at the onset of the close of the week, or close of the summer holiday, and they still have raw pipes sticking up in their yard. I don't think that's appropriate. They had Reliable Landscaping was the ones that installed that. If we have to pay Reliable to come in and fix that and charge the county, I think that that's perfectly appropriate.
You're right, that wasn't Brico, that was the RCOC job. I think that was fixed yesterday, though.
No, I called her today and,
Oh, you did?
yeah.
Okay, I know there was some work done at that house yesterday, though, okay? So,
On a Sunday?
this afternoon, I'm sorry.
Oh, today, okay. Yeah, actually, I called her this afternoon, and it still hadn't been addressed.
Yeah, it's frustrating. It is, man.
Very.
And I've met with that homeowner 2 or 3 times, and I can only say, yeah, I understand we're gonna get it fixed, but I mean, after a while, it sounds like I'm in on the fix too, and I'm not. So we're doing our best to get that done. And
Well, when that had taken place, you and I and the guy from RCOC met right in front of the city hall.
You're exactly
The
right.
guy had assured me, do not be concerned, make sure the resident knows, do not be concerned, we will take care of it.
Yep,
Well,
you're
you know,
exactly
that was
right.
months ago, so I'd like to see some action on that.
You know, the end of that contract is August 28th, which I
Right.
think is Thursday of this week. Be interesting to see if State Barricade shows up and pulls their signs out. If you notice, the barricades and barrels are gone because the city moved it.
Yeah, and, you know, if we were going to pay for the labor to have done that, I would have loved for that to take place a month earlier, too, so. And the last thing was the event at Witch's Hat on Saturday was terrific. Looked as though they had a great turnout. I couldn't tell you how much food they ended up pulling in, but there was a lot of people out there enjoying themselves. Good music, a beautiful evening, so that was a lot of fun. That's all I had, thank you.
Aaron?
I'm good, thanks, Ted.
Joe?
Yeah, I just want to say that the new parking lot by the fire department looks really good. I think it's a great improvement. And also the new training facility, I saw the pictures of those, so it looked terrific for the fire department. Was just curious, Ms. Ladner, if you had an update on the railroad tracks, just to keep us informed.
I have tried to call and I have emailed twice Amanda DeSera, I'm going to butcher her last name, at CSX. The most recent information we have is that they are supposed to be in town fixing that and hopefully the 9-mile crossing the week of the 8th of September. I have asked them to also look at the crossing on Pontiac Trail, as if they're going to be in the area, it makes sense to repair all 3 at the same time, but I'm not getting return phone calls or emails from her. You were far more successful at getting her to reply to you than I have been.
Okay, I can give her a phone call if you don't mind.
Nope, I don't mind.
Okay.
Okay. Harvey?
I'm good, thank you.
Mike?
2 things. One, the infamous Community Rec Center Committee is starting back up again. We took a hiatus with all the millages going on with Green Oak Township and Lyon Township. Our first meeting after this hiatus is going to be on September 15th here, and we're going to see where we stand and what steps we need to take going forward. And in addition, we received a notification that the city attorney would like to take a look at what's going on with the hourly rates and stuff that are being paid. I would request that we get copies of the actual billing statements that are sent to the city so we could see where the money, or where the time's being spent. Other than that, that's all I have.
Hey, Bev?
I'm good, thank you.
All righty. Just remind people that, unless I missed it, it is always the last Wednesday of the month, right? The car show? We should have a car show this week. We had an unusual 5-weekend month, and so this Wednesday, of course, and it's grown to be a very nice show. And so be looking for that this Wednesday evening downtown. And now we need to go to a closed session regarding a pending lawsuit.
Yeah, you need to make a motion to go into closed session to discuss pending litigation.
I move that we go into a closed session to discuss pending litigation.
All support.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Need a roll call.
The roll.
Roll call, okay.
Kibble?
Yes.
Kukowski?
Yes?
Rizzi?
Yes.
Wallace?
Yes.
Widow?
Yes.
Kramer?
Yep.
Dixon?
Yes.
And did we have to specify how long?
All right.
Do we have to specify how long?
Did, you had some questions about the streetlights on
This is the last cruising this Wednesday?
You drop something?
This is the last cruising this Wednesday?
Your phone?